My name is Dwight Carpenter, and I'm the owner of Carpenter's Greenhouse Produce. We've been doing this since I was a little boy, not always inside, but been gardening. In 2000, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor and decided I wasn't going to do bedding plants anymore, so I was off for a year and then decided to start raising hydroponic tomatoes. And at that time, we did about 1 bay and really did well, so we spread it out to a ½ acre. We have a ½ acre greenhouse now. As the years have gone by, I've gotten older and the work is still arduous, so I decided I didn't like leaning and lowering, and one night, in the middle of the night, I woke up with an idea that I think the Lord gave to me. And I wrote it down. I don't usually write my ideas down, but I wrote it down and called a friend about this 4 o'clock in the morning, and I said, I got an idea you got to hear about. So we went ahead and started developing it. I took a Schwinn bike and cut it in two and used the wheels and come up with a prototype. And to my amazement, everything worked. So we now do it automatically. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the old style. We used, there's clips up here that we used, and you got to do one at a time, lift the plant, set it down, climb up a ladder, move it over, and just keep doing that. It takes me about 2 hours, 2.5 hours to go down a row, double row, and my employees about 6 hours. So I decided to come up with something else. This machine that I come up with is a lifesaver because it'll do it in 10 seconds versus 2 hours the first row and 3 hours the second row and 4 hours the fourth row. At any rate, it's a time saver.
So what parts of your body is this saving?
Actually, my lower back, I was in a car accident and had it broke, so I have a problem with my lower back, and reaching up constantly hurts my lower back. But the main problem that I have is in my shoulders. I have arthritis that has set in from doing it for so many years and had to have surgery, and it's just very painful to raise my arms, so I don't have to. 1, 2, 3.
I'm Ned Stoller, the agricultural engineer with Michigan AgrAbility, and one of our other clients was having a problem with his balance and tipping over when he reached overhead. And I had learned about the lower and lean machines at the Fruit and Vegetable Growers Expo. I think it was in 2017, wasn't it, Dwight?
Yeah, I think it was.
And so I recommended that, and Michigan Rehabilitation Services helped with the purchase of the lower and lean machine for that other AgrAbility client. And while I was there looking at this machine being installed, I met Dwight. And here he's a guy working on installing these machines, and he's like, I got a greenhouse, my shoulders are shot. And I said, well, that's what AgrAbility does. If there's a farmer that's trying to grow food and has any kind of medical condition hindering that ability, why don't I come meet you? And so Dwight and I got together here in his greenhouse and kind of came up with a plan, and through Michigan Rehabilitation Services, we've been able to help him get 6 machines here. So now Dwight has 6 lower and lean machines in his own greenhouse now. And also Easter Seals Michigan helped out with a gas-powered sweeper. You see all this pretty white floor here? It doesn't stay pretty and white, does it? And so Dwight called me and said, the sweeping thing isn't working with my shoulders. And so he found a powered broom that Easter Seals helped pay for through AgrAbility. So, Dwight, what advice would you give to other farmers regarding your experience with AgrAbility?
Well, I don't think I've ever worked with an organization that cares for people like they do. I really have appreciated the tender, loving care that I've gotten. I was ready to retire. I couldn't keep going, and I figured they tacked another 20 years onto my work ability. So.
You shouldn't have called if you didn't want to keep working.
I do, though. I love doing it, and I'm very, very thankful.